Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode. And today we're doing something a bit weird and a bit unusual for this channel because next week the World Cup starts. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down sort of and do a. I found this thing where it's like a prediction where so I can predict who I want to win the World Cup basically. So, we're going to get into it. So, obviously, I've got all of this already sorted. Right, so obviously, you can see on my screen now. So, I've got obviously all of the groups from A to L, and you click one, so like that first, that's a, and such and such. So we're going to go through them all and figure out where I think everybody's come and land up. So first up in Group A, we've got Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. Now this is a sort of a hard one to work out because I've also got the team screen, which is why I'm looking on the other screen. So if I'm not looking at the cameras, because I'm looking at this other screen here, of like teams, because obviously I don't know who plays for South Africa, for example. So, for example, their forwards are all from like the South African league, so I couldn't tell you a single one. So I don't think they're actually going to be very high. Maybe Mexico are always a good one. You've got that Ochoa who's still in goal for God knows how long. He's been there since 2006. He's been there 20 years. He always makes an appearance somehow. Who else they've got up front? Raul Jimenez for Fulham. Over Jimenez for AC Milan, but spelled differently. Okay, that could be a shout. But then obviously South Korea, they are carried by Heung-min Son. I mean, they are carried. And then Bayer Leverkusen and Patrick Schick's up front for Czech, probably. Klosek from Hoffenheim. So, I'm probably going to go Mexico, South Korea, Czech Republic, then South Africa fourth. Because that one, these are hard ones to pick. Like this second one, right? So in Group B, we've got Canada. And they've got a good defence. They've got Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich in the back, Bombito from Nice. Who else they got? Who have they got up front though? Jonathan David from Juventus could be a start. We've got a Southampton and a Villarreal player. They've got Jesse Mott, former Leeds manager. Bosnia, got to go. Boy Edin Dzeko, who's still playing God knows how long. He's playing Schalke now, so at least he's playing football still. Qatar, yeah, I'm giving them a fourth, but Switzerland got Granit Xhaka carrying them after a good season at Sunderland. Where did I get because I've just read Spurs there. Okafor from Leeds, so I'll go with. Right, this one could be a hard one to do as well. I'll go Canada first, Switzerland second, Bosnia third, and then Qatar just a given fourth. Now this one's I'm gonna. It's Brazil first. Because if you look at their team, Alisson in goal, Ederson backup, their defensive Marquinhos, Champions League winner, Gabriel Premier League winner, Bremer from Juventus. They've got Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, Paqueta, Fabinho up front, Vinny Jr., Rafinha, Cunha, Igor Thiago, Endrick, Gabriel, Neymar. They've got to be first. And second, right, Haiti are fourth. I apologise to Haiti, but you are fourth, okay? You are not winning this. You are not even going to come close to it. So you're fourth. Now, Scotland and Morocco. Morocco, who've they got up front? Brahim Diaz, maybe. But he missed that Pachenka penalty in the AFCON. Just going to say Senegal should have won that, but that's besides the point. But I'll go Morocco for second, Scotland for close third, because I don't think Scotland are going to beat Brazil, and I don't think they're going to beat Morocco. They might get points from Haiti. Alright, Group D. Now we've got America, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Now, America, they've got the LeBron James of soccer, as the Americans call it, and it's going to be so huge over there. It's football, by the way, Americans. If any of the Americans are what this is, football. Get it right, okay? Just because you're hosting the World Cup doesn't mean you have to call it soccer the whole time. It's football. But then their goalkeepers sort of let them down because all of their goalkeepers are MLS players. And no offense to the MLS, because you know Messi's living it up over there and all that. It's not the same football as it is over here. But with the teams otherwise, Paraguay, I don't see them really getting many points. They might be fourth, to be honest. Australia, they've got my boy Matty Ryan in goal. Big up the FIFA legend for back in the days. Harry Souttar from Leicester, even though he's got relegated. You know, so they got up front. They got a Watford up front. Okay, Turkey. I mean, you've got Yildiz, Yilmaz. In defence, you've got obviously Ardagula, Kalinoglu. So they could be a good second. So I'm gonna go with United States, Turkey, Australia, Paraguay. Alright, then we come to Group E. Now Group E, right. I think this might be Germany's year to get out of the knockout, the group stages, because they've not been out since I think it was like 2014. I want to say they definitely didn't get out in 2022, and I don't think they got out in 2020, 2018. So I'm gonna go with Germany are going to be first from this league because, I mean, okay, you've got if you put Neuer in goal, you're fine for that. Then defense, you've got Anton, Rome, Rudiger, Slotterbeck, Tar, Malik Chow. Midfield, got Kimmich, Nemecha, Pavlovic, Stiller, Goretzka. I mean, Wirtz has not had a great season in Liverpool, but then up front you've got Carl, Musiala, there's a Cam, Sane, Bulldog. All you got to do for Voldemort is just whip it in and put it on his head. He's like 6 foot plus. Just whip it on his head. Unfortunately, I do not see Curacao getting out of the group stages, though, so they are going to be fourth. Now, Ivory Coast could be a shout for second. Because, I mean, Ecuador have got a good defence. Hincapi and Pacho, Estupinan could be a good shout, but up front, they've got not really much. Anthony Valencia, they've got up front. Defenders, you've got midfield, you've got Caicedo. So I'm going to go with Ivory Coast, because if you look at Ivory Coast, right up front, you've got Adingra, you've got Bonnie, you've got Amad Diallo from United, Diamande, Gessan, Pepe. They've got a good up front. I mean, maybe the defence might let them down a bit. But it's going to be like, like that. So, first, second, third, fourth. Right. Group F. Right. Come on, Netherlands. This is yours to win, alright? Like, Netherlands has a good team on paper. We got Verbruggen, Flecken, Roos in goal. One of them is a really good goal, especially Roos. Put him from Sunderland, he's been really good. You've obviously got Van Dijk in defence, right? With Ake, Van der Ven, Dumfries, Jurien Timber. You've got all of that. That's a good back four. In the midfield, you've got Frankie de Jong, Reinders, Kluivert, Other Timber, Gravenberch. Up front, you've got Gakpo, Marlon. Even Brian Brobby is Dutch, but you've got him as well. Memphis Depay, Vatigos, Somerville, who's had even though West Ham got relegated, he's had a really good season there. So that's another one you could go for. Right, then it comes to second. So I am torn between Japan, because Japan always have a really good World Cup, and Sweden for the first time. I don't think they've qualified for a while. Not since you've got Elanga, even though he's not been good at Newcastle, but you got Gyökeres, you got Isak up front. So one of them's got to do it. But I'm gonna go with Japan, then Sweden, then Tunisia, because Tunisia. No offense to Tunisians, if you're any of you are watching, which I don't think you are, but hey, if you are, drop a sub and a like and all that, you know what it is. Trying to reach out to my Tunisians, but you're not really gonna, with a team of that calibers, you're not really going to get anywhere near it. Now the next one could be a bit of a complicated one. Well, I wouldn't say complicated. It's either Belgium or Egypt, because I think Salah's going to carry Egypt for this World Cup, but I've got to give it to Belgium for number one, because Courtois in goal, right? Castagna, you've got Meunier from Lille. You've got 2 Lille players actually in there from there, but in the midfield you've got De Bruyne, Onana, Tielemans, both Europa League winners. Shout out to Villa for winning that. Up front you've got Catalara, Doku. When Doku's on his good game, he's really good. Lukaku, you still got there Salamakers and Trossard, right? Egypt only have, I know they've got Marmoush and Salah. Them two would carry them, I can see. But I don't see the rest of them getting there. But I'd still put them over Iran or New Zealand. But the question between Iran and New Zealand is which one's going to lose more. I think that might actually be a 0-0 game to decide it on something. That's just all like who gets beat the most. But I'll go with New Zealand and then Iran. Alright, Group H. This is another easy one, right? Spain first. Hands down. Spain. It is Spain. I believe this is Spain's World Cup to lose. Right, there are 2 choices, and we'll get to the next one in the next group stage of who I think is actually going to win it. So it's going to be Spain first, Uruguay second, right? No offense to Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia, but right, Spain. We'll just jot down this team that you'd listen to. Even their 3 goalkeepers: Unai Simon from Athletic, Raya from Arsenal, Joan Garcia from Barcelona. Your free choice goalkeepers are already better than like number one goalkeepers for other countries. Defenders: Laporte, Cucurella, Llorente, Garcia, Porro, Grimaldo, Kubasi, Pubel. Like, where are they pulling all these players from? Midfielders: Rodri, Fabian Ruiz. Okay, Mikel Merino's a bit there too. Pedri, Gavi, Zubamendi, Alex Baena. That's already an amazing like midfield as well. Then your forwards: Ferran Torres, Oyarzabal, Dani Olmo, Nico Williams, Yamal, Jeremy Pino, Borja Iglesias, and Victor Munoz. Maybe the last two are a bit of a drop off, but I'm not really going to start over Lamine Yamal, Torres, Dani Olmo, all of them. That's a given. Then Uruguay. That's where you sort of worry a bit because they've got Darwin Núñez up front, right? And if any Liverpool fans are watching, Darwin Núñez is terrible. With when he played GV, it was a great watch for any other people to watch, but he was terrible. But I'm still going to put them over Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia. No offense to Cape Verde, it's their first World Cup. It's a nice for them to get a showing out, but the problem with this, as you can see, how many group stages is, it's team countries are just getting in. Curacao, Cape Verde, they're just getting in because yes, maybe they've won their qualifying, but their qualifying's not as hard as like teams like any in Europe or the South America's teams. Right, next group is now where I said my next choice is France are number one, right? Maignan in goal. You've got up front, yes, so Kylian Mbappe's not had a great, but their forwards, right? Akluj, Barcola, Ryan Cherki, Dembele, Doué, Mateta, Mbappe, Elise, Thuram. You put any three of them up front, you're winning automatically because it's such an amazing team. Then the second, right. There's two in here. It's either Senegal or Norway. Now, I don't think Haaland can carry Norway all the way. I know I said it with Salah, but you're relying on Haaland and Sorloth. Because, I mean, you got Strand Larsen as a backup, if needs be. Oscar Bob, maybe. But Senegal, I think, after the performance they have in the AFCON and all the times like that, they've got Edouard Mendy, defensive like Koulibaly, Diouf, Sarr. Midfield, you've got Idrissa Gana Gueye from Everton, Papa Gueye from Villarreal, Diarra from Sunderland, Sarr from Tottenham. Front, you got Sadio Mane, best football player in the world, if you know the meme, you know the meme. Ismail Assar from Palace, Njai from Everton. You've got Nicholas Jackson. You've got all of them, so I think they're second and Norway third. Iraq, I'm afraid you're going to take a 0 loss there. You are not winning a game in those three. Right, Group J, we're up to so Argentina should easily cakewalk this league. This table. I mean, look at it. You got Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Maybe now the question is, who do you put second? Do you put Algeria and say Mahrez can carry them, or Austria and like Arnautovic and Gregovic and all them? I would probably put Austria over Algeria because I don't think Mahrez is literally a one-man team with Riyad Mahrez. Right. Same again with Group K. The problems with, like I say, adding these teams in. Portugal should cakewalk this league, this table. I keep saying league, this table as well against Democratic Republic of Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Second, I'll go with Colombia. I don't know much about Colombia. Maybe they've got that Luis Suarez from Sporting, who Sporting plays Jokeres with, and he was like the highest goal scorer in the Portuguese league. Once again, the Portuguese league is not very good. It's always Porto, Benfica, Sporting that win it. It's just straightforward as that. Right, then it's a coin toss between Congo and Uzbekistan. I'll just go with Congo over Uzbekistan, just for the fun of it. Right, now we get to the stage. Obviously, you can tell that I am English. Even I think we might struggle to get out of this group. With the team he's taken, I worry of getting out of this group. However, that being said, we might... no, I don't even think we'll finish first. I actually don't. I think it might be Croatia or Ghana that finish first and we scrape through in a second. But the question is, with Croatia, you go with Modric, Kovacic, Sucic, Vlasic, over Sucic, some Real Sociedad, Perisic. But then I watched Ghana yesterday because I recorded this well, whenever this video goes out, it's like a week just after they faced Wales in a friendly and didn't look very good. They got Jordan Ayew up front from Leicester. I'd go with, I think, because of looking at the team. Sorry, I had a bit of a hiccup then. Because looking at the team, I might have to go England first, just on we might scrape through wins against them. I'll go Croatia second, Ghana third, Panama fourth. Right, now we're on to the next bit, where you have basically, so 8 of the third place teams advance to the round of 32, so I've got to pick 3 of which, pick 8 of these in which group. So I think, if we're looking at groups, Sweden might have one the highest, Norway definitely, Ecuador, Scotland, that's 4, Ghana, I'm going to look at like Czech, Bosnia. I think Czech Republic might have a good record, so 2 more. Don't think Saudi Arabia, and I don't think Democratic, so I'll go with Algeria and Bosnia. Okay, so in the round of 32, so we've got Germany versus Scotland. Germany win that. France versus Sweden. France win that. South Korea, Switzerland. Now that could be an interesting game. I'm going to go with South Korea over Switzerland, though. Okay, next up you got Netherlands, Morocco. Could be an interesting game, that could be. But I'm going to go with Netherlands over Morocco for that one. Okay, Brazil, Japan. Brazil. Ivory Coast, Senegal. Right, that's a good matchup, that is. But I'll go with Senegal over that. Mexico, Ecuador. That's a coin toss. That could go either way. I'll go with Mexico, though, over them. England, Norway. Now, if we go against that hard like cakewalk Pickford, he's done it before in the league. He's done it before in that. However, that is a hard one to choose. I'll go with England just. I'm hoping like the rest of the team can carry and Harry Kane can score something. Colombia, Croatia. I'll go with Croatia. Spain against Austria, easy. United States, Bosnia. United States, Belgium, Czech, Belgium. Argentina, Uruguay. Now that's an interesting one. But I'll go with Argentina. Turkey, Egypt, Egypt. Canada, Algeria. Oh, great. That's good. That's a great game. That screams amazing. But I'll go with Canada, and then we've got Portugal. And we've got Portugal. Right. Germany, France. Now that is that's a spicy one. However, go France. South Korea, Netherlands. Going Netherlands. Brazil, Senegal. Brazil. Mexico, England. Okay, if we get that game, it might be an easy game for us. So England, we ain't winning that, by the way, though. I will tell you that for a fact. Croatia, Spain, Spain. United States, Belgium. Belgium. Argentina, Egypt, Argentina. Canada, Portugal. Right, France, Netherlands. France, easy. I think France would cakewalk Netherlands. Spain, Belgium. Spain. See, that's a good semi-final. I'd have put that in the final. But I guess that's going to be a hard one for me to choose. Brazil, England, Brazil. Argentina, Portugal, another good game. That would be, if this comes out like this. So if Argentina cakewalk theirs and Portugal win theirs, Messi, Ronaldo, their final World Cup could be an interesting game. However, with the teams that they've got, I'd have to put Portugal over Argentina that they've put out. France, Spain, like I said, that would be my final if possible. I'd have them 2 in the final. But I've got to give it to Spain. And then Brazil, Portugal, I'd have to give it to Brazil. Now, in the third place round, France versus Portugal, France would win that. And in the final, Spain, Brazil, I think Spain would beat Brazil. So, guys, that's how I would have it. I'd have Spain win the World Cup, Brazil second, France third, Portugal fourth. That's how I would work it out and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed my sort of like breakdown of the World Cup, predictions, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we'll see how I go. I'll maybe at the end come back and have a look at them, see where I went wrong. Maybe because I put England through to, what did I get through to the round of 16s? Might like not even make it through that far. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you're notified when my next video goes out. And we'll see you in the next one. See ya.